Finals of the EGF series of the Tri-State region. Today we will be featuring matches in Overwatch, Hearthstone, and League of Legends. Welcome everybody, my name is Jared Warnke, and today we have an exciting set of matches today. After the bracket play, the two schools to make it for the finals for Overwatch are Columbia University and Stony Brook University. The two teams to make it for Hearthstone are Columbia University and Stony Brook University. And finally, for League of Legends today, we have Rutgers University taking on, you guessed it, Stony Brook University. Looking back to the Fall Rival Series, Stony Brook ended up sweeping the finals for all three games, so we're going to have to see whether or not they do the same thing today. And of course, we would like to thank our sponsors for today, Twitch and Gen Gaming, for supporting this series. So today we are going to be starting off with Overwatch, so stay tuned as we hop into the first set of games with our two casters, Alex Morningstar Munger and Nick Sandman Munger. And we will be getting there just a moment. Thank you all for tuning in. Just keep going. As we can see the two sets of teams setting up. We have, of course, Columbia University setting up their Overwatch settings, and of course we have the hometown team, Stony Brook University. They will be on the other side. You can see them by their nice jerseys. Yeah, there they are. They looked all pumped here. And of course we are here at Stony Brook University producing this live for you on stream. As you can see the crowd behind me. It's growing. And we can obviously see the players, we can see the screen behind me, and we do have an exciting set of matches once we get everything set up and ready to go. And so as we look into the two teams, we have, Columbia University playing both Hearthstone and in Overwatch. So they do have two squads set up and ready to go, see if they can take down Stony Brook. And we have, in the League of Legends matchup, we have Rutgers going up against Stony Brook University, who's participating again in all three matches. And, yeah. So while we figure out the technical difficulties and we get all the players set up, we will, we're going to be here. All right, we are going to throw it over to our casters, Alex Morningstar Munger and Nick Sandman Munger.
So they're going to be fighting. Yeah, so we're going to be having some great time here with our King of the Hill maps, because obviously the Assault maps went out almost immediately. No one wants to go to Anubis or Volskaya or Hanamura. Those are kind of the bane of pretty much everybody's existence. But I'm a little excited to see a lot of King of the Hill, because that's where you get your mechanics tested. If you want to see how good you are at actually hitting your shots and, your positioning, you want to go to King of the Hill, because that's where you get your teamwork and really work on your teamwork. Because if don't stay as a team, you're not able to get the picks, you're pretty much going to fold and they're going to be able to take you out. So I do like seeing all this King of the Hill. Let's see if we go to all three King of the Hill maps, because Oasis wasn't picked, which makes me a little bit sad, because it's just going to be Lijiang, Ilios, and then potentially Nepal. Because I do kind of want to see Oasis a bit more. There was one match, I believe, for the New York, or for the Tri-State qualifiers and semifinals and all that. It was fun. I don't see it nearly enough, but I am excited to see some Lijiang and Ilios at minimum, because it's a good place to get your mechanics tested for, in order to get the important picks and position yourself just right in order to get, take the upper hand, or get the important stuff done. So this is going to be a whole lot of fun. And Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Oasis ban going out is probably more along the lines of people just don't know how to play it as much yet. It hasn't been around as long, so you don't have strats, you don't have players that are prepared, to kind of handle the unique environment that Oasis has, whereas the other ones, they've been around since the beginning, so they know where to go, and how to get things done. Oasis will get there, but it's just not there yet.
Well, that's why I think when teams practice, they need to scrim and just generally practice Oasis a bit more. That way, if they are able to get to the point where they're able to pick instead of just ban their choices, as long as it's not out yet, because there's always the risk the other team will ban it. But that way, they're able to pick it and they can feel comfortable. Say, yes, we know what strats we want to do. We know exactly how we want to start. We know where we want to have kind of herd them into, so we can take them out. And I just think that and Eichenwald would be big maps that you want to try to practice and scrim on, so that way you feel comfortable, just in case, because since they are the new maps, you want to feel comfortable doing these maps, and especially with the Eichenwald changes that they did, adding that extra door so you're able to get around instead of being just that one arch, which doesn't kind of surprise me because they still haven't changed like Volskaya, which has the exact same problem pretty much. But yeah, it's because the new maps, you want to try to get a lot of practice in on these new maps so you feel comfortable, especially if you don't think or have reason to think that they're not going to be comfortable on them. You want to have, have that confidence in those maps so you're able to pick them and maybe throw the other team off because you feel comfortable and, they might not.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna, if you didn't mention, I was definitely gonna talk about Eichenwald because I have a love-hate relationship with that map. I think when they added the door, it did make it a lot easier to attack that point and capture it much easier. Whereas before you were kind of stuck. It was one of those definitely the harder maps to cap, but it's a little sad to see it go out. Basically, is one of the first bans, but. Maybe next time we'll see Eichenwald. I would love to see it. I don't know if we'll ever really see Hanamura or Anubis that much. I just don't think. I think those are probably the least popular maps to play, just because they're so hard.
Yeah, I think that's another situation, as I said, with scrim and practice. If you're able to practice them and feel comfortable, you can keep them in. Just because most players don't like them. So if you scrim it a lot and you feel comfortable, it's kind of the similar thing where you can then have it sitting in your back pocket, waiting for the other team to potentially not ban it. Because if you at least leave one or two assault maps open, then that you're able to, have that, kind of sitting in your back pocket, maybe as a tiebreak or maybe as the first map that you pick, just to try to get that first point, first win, just to get that first round so you're ahead. But another one I'm surprised is King's Row wasn't picked at all, which kind of surprises me. Kings Row is pretty much a standard pick for most teams. I mean, it wasn't banned, so there was always that option. But both teams went with the King of the Hill, and then the third pick for Nepal is our tiebreak map. And like I said, I'm just really excited to see how these teams do on these King of the Hill maps, because obviously both teams think that they're comfortable enough that they're able to take the victory. So. I can't see exactly who picked Elios and who picked Li Jiang for our first two maps, but it is going to be interesting to see how each team fares in this map pick. Just because it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. And on the on Ilios and even Nepal, I hate being the victim to it, but I love watching it. Those environmental kills, Lucio boops, Farah boops and rockets, ulting Winston, hooks into the well, just in general, those sorts of things. I love to see them. I want to see them a lot, even though they really make me angry when I'm playing the game. But watching them, because it's not me, I can enjoy it a little bit. Especially Roadhog. He's my least favorite. He seems to get me every single time. I don't know about you, Sandman, but bane of my existence.
Now, usually I don't get hooked in a lot because I usually play either Zarya or Ana. So if I'm Ana, I'm in the back line, If I'm Zarya, I'm in the front, but I always have my eye out for that guy because I do not want to get hooked in. If he's going to try, I just immediately bubble just to make sure I don't die. But it looks like we do have Colombia. Everyone is here now. So that is good. Looks like we are going to be able to start here fairly shortly. We're going to just do some setup things, it looks like. But so we do have everyone here. And but yeah, and then you can't account out Li Jiang, though, for those environmental kills, especially I can't remember all the map names. There's so many maps with these King of the Hills. But Roadhog hooks and then the potential Zarya Graviton on that wall where the bridge is. If you're able to catch a couple out, you potentially just drop them down, you know, after the Graviton ends. And that's always fun to see. You don't see it very often. It's not a common strat because most people are at least kind of aware of it. So they try not to go too close. But I would love to see it. I have seen attempts in some of the EGF series from some teams, and it usually doesn't work very well because, as I said, most people are kind of, you know, at least have it in the back of their mind that they have to watch out for Zarya. It's at a certain point in the match, so they either try to go around or, you know, fly above it if you have, you know, the Winstons and Pharahs. But it's I think there's a lot to look for. There's a lot to look for the environment on King of the Hill.
Definitely. I think that it comes down to a lot of with the Zarya ult is basically you have to throw it out and hope and pray that you're going to get someone on the other side because your team's not going to kill them. Unless they're, you know, 100% ready and set up for that scenario, you're not going to get any kills besides a potential environmental one because they're blocked by that wall and, you know, they don't want to get, you know, shredded by the whole team that might be over there. So it's one of those that you can do it to be cheeky, you know, you can do it if you're winning or in desperation. But, you know, I would also love to see it just because I like those sorts of plays, you know, the risky ones, the cheeky ones, just so they can have some fun because that's really what this is for.
Yeah, and that's when just the environmental, and then of course I want to see one and then potentially get, you know, that quadruple kill, you know, quad kill, quadruple kill, maybe even sextuple kill through that means. Those are all, that would always be fun. But I've only seen one, and it was a pro team. It was a clip, so I doubt I'm going to be able to see it because it's so rare. But I really want to, and that's the only map you can make it work on. So okay. So it looks like we are going to get started fairly shortly. I think as teams, I think, are just getting set up right now. Kind of get all their computers, all their settings set up. Yep. Right.
Now arriving
Ready
at
now?
Lijiang Tower.
All right. Hello. You know, as you know, we've been discussing this a little bit, but my name is Morningstar, and I'm joined today by Sandman, and we're going to be getting right into it for Game 1 for the EGF Rivals Series, and that is going to be with Columbia and Stony Brook University. How you doing today, Sandman?
I am doing great, and I'm excited to be here to see these two schools compete. The first map we'll be seeing is Lijiang Tower, and then we are going to follow that up with two more King of the Hill, Ilios, and potentially Nepal. Oh, looks like we got a pause going on. Maybe some technical issues out of the side of Stony Brook. But we'll see if we can get that sorted out fairly quickly. But so it's looking to be pretty exciting. Lots of King of the Hill, lots of mechanics tests, lots of fun stuff. And if you want to cheer for your teams, be sure to tweet us over at on Twitter at official EGF.
All right, we'd love to tell you we're getting right into Game 1, but it looks like it's just going to be a second, and that's all right.
Yeah, so let's just kind of look at the comps that we have going on right now. Looks like we are going to go fairly dive heavy on the side of Colombia. We're going to go with the Winston, Diva, Pharah, Genji, and then you know, with the fairly standard supports, Ana and Lucio. And then we're going to go pretty kind of a half dive, looks like, on the side of Stony Brook with double flankers with Genji, Tracer. And then I'm assume Felix would probably be going with the Ana, but for this comp, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Zenyatta out of them, actually, just to kind of put an orb on one of your flankers or your Winston jumping into the back line of Columbia.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised we don't have, say, a Zarya out of either one, just because we've got Winstons on both sides, flankers, that kind of thing, just to keep them up a little bit, you know, if necessary. And Felix, we haven't seen a pick from them yet, but I imagine, probably Ana. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised for Mercy either. I've seen Mercy a lot more come up. Team strats and comps are changing a lot, and it's nice to kind of see that you don't have to have that Ana each time. But I imagine that's probably who we'll get. With the double tank, though, it'd be nice to have that Zenyatta for the Discord orb. Melt them a little bit more so they can, capture that point a little bit easier. Because missing one or two, it's really hard to take a point at that point. So if they can get one tank down, one DPS down, they're able to keep that point for themselves.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be, I don't think we're going to stick with this comp overall, at least not for the after you can kind of get into the meat of the match, especially if Krieger is going to stick on that Pharah, they're going to need some sort of hit scan. Well, most likely they're going to need some sort of hit scan. Doctor's asking the Minecraft minigame. Anyway, they're going to need something because they do have a Winston to jump up at the Pharah, and they do have technically a hit scan in Tracer, but won't be able to take out the Pharah very well. And that's where I think a Zenyatta would also help them to try to discord the Pharah. If you have a Winston jumping in, try to help take her out. So I think Zenyatta is going to be my vote. That's going to be my guess for who Felix would probably go with just based on this comp. Although Ana, even with her nerfs, with her, damage nerfs, she doesn't do as much. So she's not, not able to solo a Tracer anymore, which was one of the big things people talked about. She's still very much just, a centerpiece for most comps, most teams. As an Ana main, I totally understand. I love playing Ana. She's awesome. She's a lot of fun. But just how the comp is working out for Stony Brook, I just leaning towards more Zenyatta just because you are not going to see your flankers as often as Ana, and it's harder to hit them. But if you're able to throw an orb onto them, that's pretty much just set and go. You don't have to, babysit them too much. You just put an orb, and then they're able to get stuff done. So I'm leaning towards Zenyatta for that alone. And then after they see they have a Pharah, I think it would be almost more important that they have a Zenyatta able to take her out. And then even with the D.Va, if you're able to put the Discord on the D.Va, and then your Winston jumps in or your Tracer goes in and de-suits or demechs the D.Va, I think that'll put even more stock in the use for the Zenyatta. You just got to watch out for the Winston jumping in at you because you don't quite have nearly as much as Ana does with the Sleep Dart and the Bio Grenade, to keep yourself alive. But I don't know if anyone has seen it, but there was, I believe, a recent match with Kongdu and Lunatic High where Genji was the star of the show, and he was able to take down a duo pharmacy comp. That was really cool to watch. So let's not say the hit scan's necessary. We do have Doctor on the Genji, and he could jump up there and get Krieger. He could do it. He could, and without the Mercy babysitting the Pharah, it should be a little bit easier. But they do have the Ana, so you got to watch out because I know because Ana's, especially if you not going with the Mercy, you really need to look up, keep your eye up as Ana to make sure you can heal up your Pharah, just to kind of keep her up. But looking at the comps after they're able to see, if they see they don't have a hit scan, there's a bit less work to babysit your Pharah because it's a little bit harder to hit her. Oh, someone left.
No.
Roar left, looks like.
Yeah.
Well, Mumpkins, report him. It's gone.
All right. Yep. Wumpkins is throwing some sass at his teammate by the looks of it. He's dropped off. He'll be back. He'll be back. He can't miss this.
No, you don't want to miss the finals. You want to make sure. GG. Yeah, GG's. All right. Looks like it's going in favor. Oh, look, he's logging back in. So hopefully he'll come back here in a second. But I wonder if it's just maybe a computer issue. Maybe he needed to restart or maybe restart his client just because it was just kind of messing up. But I'm kind of wondering what's going on, if it's Felix or who it is on the side of Stony Brook. Oh, it's audio issues? So, okay. All right, so it does sound like we are having some audio issues, so hopefully we are able to fix that and, get rolling here pretty shortly. But we're going to give them time to get that all fixed just to make sure everyone can hear, hear and communicate properly, because as a team game, you can't go without that. So we're hopefully going to get that. I'm not sure who that is, but we're just not going to worry about that too much right now. So it's going to be, can't remember how much longer we have in this particular pause, but we are going to get that worked out, get that fixed, so everyone's going to be on an even playing field, so no one has an unfair advantage going in.
And we would also like to say, if you are, watching this live or you're watching the stream, we do have 3 members at the tables, at the live desks at Stony Brook right now. We do have 3 that are remote at the moment. So we'll see how that plays out. I think, it'll be good for both to, kind of be there live, but 6 on the side of Stony Brook. And if you notice too, they have nice snazzy jerseys on as well. I like that a lot, actually. I'm a big fan of that. I don't know about you, Sandman, but the jersey just make you feel good, make you feel professional.
It does make you feel professional and kind of increases team morale and camaraderie. It's like, yes, we are all the same, and we got this, kind of strike a pose, take a pic. That way all look cool and, official. His views going, Crystal Burb said they are ready. Wait. Oh, still on loading screen. All right, hang on. Needs to come in from the loading screen.
All right.
But it looks like they are ready on the side of Stony Brook, so just need to come in from the load screen, and then we should be able to come back in and get going. So he is ready. So it looks like we should be able to end the pause now. So you are going to hop in. I'm still guessing Felix is going to own Zenyatta, and Roar, I'm sure, is still going to go back onto the Winston just for continuity's sake. But it looks like...
Oh, there's the Ana pick, and Zuzu is trolling us. I guarantee that's what he's doing.
I don't know. You never really know. I mean, he did have... Oh, Trollolol. Looks like he's having a lot of fun, just kind of doing a little spin dance over there with Reinhardt. Yeah, I would expect Zuzu to go back onto the tank, and Libar looks like he's on the Hanzo. Felix, no, come on, guys, don't troll us that. Come on, you have my back. But okay, Zuzu is gonna go back onto the Winston. Okay, but Felix is gonna be on the Ana, which, as I said before, I'm a little surprised with. I would think the Zen, but Trollolol is gonna go off of the Reinhardt and go onto the Zarya, actually, which I'm not surprised about at all.
All right, and we do have a full engage going in the courtyard. Columbia is pushing up. They're really trying to pressure those healers and that Zarya over there as Wumpkins and Winston jumped in. We have 2 down on the side of Columbia, 1 on Stony Brook, Crystal down on the Lucio. Looks like so far it is definitely going the way of Stony Brook. Let's see if that baby diva can live, or they're just going to stagger her a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do. If you have a baby diva, you want to try to stagger her as best you can, especially when you have so many, so many players in your favor. And now there looks like they're almost staggering in. Interesting choice, especially with the 2 supports going in, potentially almost signing their death warrant there. But they were able to get away just in time thanks to the Lucio speed boost.
It was definitely about time to back off. I think they were just, trying to see what they could do, but they just lost a little bit too many. They had to push back, re-engage, try and get back in there and capture that point. But at the moment, it's all going the way of Stony Brook. We have Genji chasing Lib on the Tracer. Tracer backs off. Genji re-engages with his team.
Nice job from Roro, able to take out Doctor, but Krieger, he's going to be taken out, not able to really get anything done with his rocket barrage, but it looks like his team is going to be able to clean up in his stead.
Yep, Sam getting those 2 quick picks with his blade definitely helped them out. And he had an angry Winston jumping in there, swinging his arms around. Oh, and we have a baby diva again on the side of Columbia, thanks to Lib and his Tracer bomb. Wumpkin's definitely just trying to get his mech back. Going in there, shooting his nice little bunny pistol.
Lots of ults coming out here. So far, not a whole lot happening. Both sound barriers have now been used.
Krieger is definitely trying to stay outside, stay away from, everybody in there, just because he knows he's stuck. Once he gets into that building, he's not helping Cap, but he's much more likely to die, even without hit scan. It's so close quarters.
Yeah, that's one problem with the Pharah, at least on this map, is because you, in order to do anything for your team, need to get onto the point, which is so close that the Tracer and Genji and even the Winston are able to get you pretty easy.
This is the perfect setting right here, right outside. Krieger going for that Zuzu on the Winston, seeing if he can knock him out, but he's not able to do it. Zuzu jumps out. Ana goes down on the side of Columbia. Doctor's able to take him down.
I'm actually very surprised that they were able to hold on to that because they lost Felix very early in that fight. He was taken out almost immediately in that engage.
All right, nothing on the side of that, nothing for that Diva bomb. We have a Lucio trying to stay alive, trying to see if he can just hold that, keep the overtime going. All right, we do have a nano boost out. All right, Stony Brook is taking this one, but can Fridge survive for just a little bit longer until he can get someone to help him out? Nope, he's not able to do it. I think we only saw one Zarya ult right there at the end by Troll.
Two, actually.
Did we see another one?
I actually did see another one. It was at the first time, I believe, they lost a few, came in with the Zarya ult, and was able to not take out two because there was the sound barrier, but was able to pull out the sound barrier and eventually able to clean up the fight. And then with the sound barrier of their own, they were able to keep hold of the point. So yeah, that was two. Not building out all that fast, but then again, that was a very quick round that they were able to take. So let's see if there are going to be any comp changes. And it looks like Krieger is going to go onto the Soldier instead of the Pharah, which I completely agree with. The Pharah wasn't really working, at least not against that particular comp, but no changes out of Stony Brook.
I think Krieger probably should have switched off just a little bit sooner, but they did only lose the one map, so maybe the Soldier switch here can reverse that trend for them. But we do have Winston jumping in on both sides, dropping their shields, thinking if they can get some quick damage, early picks off. We have one down on each side right now. Another goes down on their Ana goes down on the side of Columbia. Two Winston shields down, trying to stay alive. Felix also goes down on the Ana. Who's gonna take it? It's going to the side of Stony Brook at the moment. Lib gets two. Yeah, everything right now is definitely going the way of Stony Brook. Lib is doing a lot of work on that Tracer. Get the necessary kills. Winston, DMEC that Diva. Get that Lucio. Another quick engage for Stony Brook. They're trying to take him out here. Basically spawn camping them to keep him out, but let's see if that works out for them.
Yeah, see, that's a good way to start the engage, but I can't imagine they're going to stick with it for too long. I think Troll is just trying to build up some charge, because they're able to get up to 70, but so far hasn't been able to build up a whole lot, because Columbia has been fairly, not lax, but fairly, gun shy about shooting any of the bubbles, which is always kind of that. You have to find that happy medium between shooting the bubbles and killing the Zarya.
Definitely. We have a blade popping out from Sam. Is he able to do anything with it? He does. He gets two with his dash. Zuzu gets cake butt. And Columbia's able to take it. That little bit, that one ult.
My ultimate is almost
There
ready.
was actually a lot of ults out of Columbia there. We saw Roro's Angry Monkey. We saw the Dragon Blade out of Samqua, and Krieger, I believe, also used his
Nano?
attack visor. So
No,
there-
Nano's still up.
Nano Boost is still up, and it looks like Lumpkins is going to have the self-destruct here for this next fight. But ults are definitely going in favor of Stony Brook here.
Oh, we do have Black Hole. Diva Bomb, I think that a lot of that was just to see if he could get any kills, stay alive, but no such luck. But he was able to take out Lib with the Diva Bomb.
Libar did go down, and then I saw Trollolol just going in there, just lol. I think I'm doing too many lols in there. But yeah, he went in, just got some Zarya charge, which is exactly what you want to do if you have a bubble available.
Alright, so we have Felix going down on the Ana, Sam on the Genji, one down on each side. That make that 3 down on each side.
Very good job from Libar, able to get that stick, and then the soldier, I believe, walked into the Lucio. It was monkey be monkey there, but I think Roro just got a little bit too angry. He didn't want to lose that fight, so he's unleashed.
but it did seem to work. You know, pushing Stony Brook off, they were able to take it back. Stony Brook has 81%. Columbia is trying to scratch their way back, take this map, make it 1-1. I think Columbia definitely needs to not play far back if they can help it, but they haven't been wiping Stony Brook quite as much as Stony Brook had been doing to them, so they're not able to get that quick engage and go to more of a spawn camp position than Stony Brook.
Get stabilized.
No, they can't really afford to do that. I think it works for Stony Brook because they have the Zarya up there to, you know, put some bubbles in order to get some charge. But Samco is just going to kind of listen for them because they're all up there. Everyone is up on high ground.
We have Blade Nano coming out. Crystal goes down. 2 more go down. Troll and Felix. Krieger's down by Zuzu.
Yeah, but Sam, he's the one who's just did a very good job with the cleanup. Rora's going to go in and finally take out Zuzu, but very good job using that Nano Blade from Cake Butt and Sam Butt.
All right, is Rora able to stay alive?
See, now they're at the point where they can't wait for their teammates, so they're going to have to trickle in, and I don't think that's going to work out for them.
We do have Troll, thanks to Krieger and his Helix rockets, able to take him down. Lib also goes down. That is a lot of damage and sustainability that has gone down on the side of Stony Brook. And Crystal and Doctor go down as well. So I think, by the looks of it, Columbia is going to take this one, make it an even 1-1. I definitely think that bomb from Wumpkins was necessary. It was needed. They needed that.
They do. They need to make sure everyone just stays off that point, because that was Columbia's point, and they were not letting Stony Brook set foot on it even a single time.
All right. So this is good to see. We have a 1-on-1 split at the moment. 20 seconds left until round 3 begins on this first map.
All systems checked out. Ready for combat.
Krieger's asking about, it must be the mouse that they're using over there, and over there at the LAN final, the live, playing on the new hardware they're not quite used to, but looks like they aren't going with any major switches, although Doctor's going to be on the Pharah. Interesting choice without the, the Mercy to, babysit you. Oh no, never mind. I was going to say something about this hit scan, but Krieger's going to be back onto the Pharah. So it's going to be Pharah v Pharah fight, I'm sure.
I definitely think Doctor was hoping for some of those quick environmental kills right at the beginning on the bridge, but both teams went opposite ways, so neither Pharah could really get much done in terms of environmental kills, so they just sent some rockets down, hoping to get some quick damage, build some ult charge. 2 down on the side of Stony Brook. Rora and Sam cleaning up the Pharah and the Lucio. Troll goes down on Zarya. Definitely time to back up. Let Columbia have it. You don't want to stagger yourselves too much, because then they're going to build that much more percentage on the point.
Yeah, that was actually just a very good job from Samco there, quickly taking out Felix on the Ana, although Libar looks like he's going to make him pay and take him out pretty quick in that engage. So it is going to be 6v4 in favor of Stony Brook going into this point.
Oh, and it just keeps getting worse right now for Columbia. So Stony Brook's definitely going to take this one. 24% on the side of Columbia. Let's see if they're able to take it back, or Stony Brook is able to keep them off the point.
Yeah,
Sam is getting low. He's healed up really quickly. Stony Brook doing their normal quick engage. Sam going around the bridge, seeing if he can get stuff done while Winston was distracted. Lib, I believe, killed himself with his own bomb. Doctor takes out Roar. Zuzu, I imagine, jumped off the map there. Not able to get back. So 2 unnecessary deaths on the side of Stony Brook is definitely going to allow Columbia to take this one, as long as they can get that Lucio down. There we go.
Yeah, but Lib is back pretty quick, stalling out,
is.
building up some percentage, and then Zuzu's coming back in, build up even more. So they are going to be able to get it to almost 50% before it's switched over.
That wasn't a bad idea, just because they're both relatively low on the percentage scale, to stagger yourselves a little bit just so you can retain a little bit of that control, so you can get a couple more percentage points. But let's see what they're going to do now, whether Zuzu jumps in. Doctor does go down, though. He's back. He has ult. Sound barrier's up. 2 additional ults, Lib and Felix. 2 ults on the side of Columbia, Wumpkins and Fridge. We have a self-destruct going. Doesn't really get anything. Wumpkins goes down. Sam goes down to the Lucio.
Yeah, I think it was Zuzu taking advantage of the D-Mech to Diva, because right before it exploded, he was able to take her out. But even with the couple kills going for Columbia, the rest of the team is going to be cleaned up, and it is going to go in favor of Stony Brook. But not before. Looks like they were able to get almost 80%. If not more,
they're
they're
going for it now. With Wumpkins jumping in and Sam jumping in as their 2 dive characters, just trying to get at least 80 or as much as they possibly can. We have a powerful Roar on that monkey right now. Let's see what he's able to do with it.
Wow, that was a very good job from Columbia there, able to get a whole lot done. I don't know, Crystal Burb probably could have waited a couple extra seconds before going in, but going in with our Lucio and even Zuzu going Angry Monkey on him, I don't think it's going to be quite enough unless he's able to take out a good couple people, but he's going to go down at that point.
And Stony Brook is going down, but we do have 3 takedowns on the side of Columbia, thanks to Lib and his pulse bomb. Baby Diva finally goes down. Lib does go down as well. Stony Brook takes it back. 99%. They lost it right in overtime, but that's all right. Let's see if they can take it back again. Win this, take it 1-2 Columbia.
This is actually very exciting. Whole lot of close fights where you think it's going to go one way, it goes almost completely the other way. And I kind of lose track of exactly how that happened. But Samco doing a very good job getting in the back line, taking out Felix. But even trades going on right now.
I was gonna say I cannot say who's definitely gonna take this one. We've got red and blue alternating each kill, but Cakebutt does go down. I don't know who killed him, what happened, but he is out. We have a D-mech Wumpkins. Fridge goes down to Lib. By the looks of it, I think we'll be getting 99% probably on the side of Stony Brook. We'll see if they're able to get it in there so they can get it to overtime. I don't think they will. They are not able to do it. Stony Brook takes that. It is now 2-1 advantage Stony Brook.
That was actually very close. Cakebutt almost was able to touch it, but I think Lucio was, kind of keeping an eye out, looking side to side just to make sure no one's going to sneak on, and wasn't able to boop him off. So very good job from Crystal Burb there, kind of that awareness to prevent overtime from being started. So that was back and forth for quite a bit of that, which is always what you want to see in King of the Hill. You don't want to see a clean sweep, so it's already turning out to be a very, very exciting match. So let's see if Stony Brook is able to clinch the first round, or if Columbia is gonna be able to bring it into the 5th round.
Because if you've watched a lot of Overwatch, it's not abnormal to see, 100% to 0% on a King of the Hill map. So them trading back and forth, I don't think we've had a single 0% on either side, which is really good to see. I like seeing them trade those points. We do have 2 quick and early kills of 3 on the side of Stony Brook. Columbia, I believe, is going to take this one. Roar is definitely cleaning it up with that Tesla gun that he's got. All right, Columbia is going to take this one for the early point cap. Let's see what Stony Brook's able to do. Now that's going to have a very, very frontline defense here, just kind of keeping them off, just dealing some early damage. See what they're able to make happen, but it looks like they are going to push back fairly quickly. But Roar is going to jump in at the supports again. A lot of damage being traded. Roar goes down, Zuzu goes down, both monkeys are out. We do have a D-Mech Wumpkins. Sam grabs that health pack on the opponent's side. 4 quick kills for Stony Brook. Sam popping his ult, seeing what he can do. He does get slept and killed by Troll.
Yeah, he was slept almost immediately. That was a very good job from Felix. Not a great job from Sam. I don't agree with that Dragon Blade. You easily could have held on to it and paired up with Cakebutt to try to take it. At this push, So I wonder if it was just maybe lack of communication, more desperation, or what it was, but that definitely could have saved it for this engage here.
Definitely agree. I would say he can easily build it though, get some damage out there. He can build that up relatively quickly, but you know, with the shields and things, I think it might be a bit difficult. But we do have angry boosted monkey and a boosted troll. Let's see who's able to take that. Troll takes down 2. Krieger and Fridge. Angry monkey's still swinging his arms, dropping his shield.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get out of there if he doesn't want to get staggered. Yeah, he's jumping out, but fumbled on the side of Columbia there. As I said, I just think there could have been more they could have done with that if they would have had the Dragon Blade to, at minimum, start the engage with, because it's hard to take out the an ulting Genji. But they are going to make a switch, so Krieger is going to be back onto the Pharah. See if he's able to get something done here.
I was going to say we might want to switch to, you know, someone more like Pharah, even to go around, because Stony Brook is really good at that quick early engage, which has been catching Columbia quite often, actually. So if they're able to get onto the point, maybe separate out Stony Brook a little bit. But everything right now going the side of Stony Brook. Sam won't, Krieger all go down. Sam was able to take out Felix on the Ana, but it really doesn't matter. 92% for Stony Brook. Warward just going to get him on that point, dropping his shield so no one can get him. I definitely think that boost was just to keep him alive. Yeah, just that little bit extra. And just like that last engage, Sam used his Dragon Blade at a very inopportune time. That was another situation just there where I think they could have made something happen if they were to have it at a, you know, a more even fight rather than when you're alone on the point with pretty much everybody that is able to kill you almost immediately. Zarya and Winston alone. So Fridge trying, and Aurora not able to get there. I think on that one, so way to go, Ana, blocking that big monkey from getting on the
Play of the match.
play the game by Doctor on the Genji. Getting that sleeping Ana. And the black hole definitely helped him out there.
oh yeah, put him in the anti-heal from Felix. That was just a very good job.
Epic.
Got it.
Legendary.
Ooh, a legendary crystal burb. Yes. It's awesome. You don't see that nearly enough. But that was actually a very good round. I enjoyed watching every second of that. I hope you all did too, because that was great. It wasn't, you know, obviously one-sided. That last round, I think, went more so in Stony Brook's favor, but I think it just didn't seem Columbia was as confident in that particular map that they were in the other ones. But it was just a very good job from both teams. It was very, very exciting. It was some good stuff. And then next we are going to be going through Ilios. So maybe Columbia is able to pull something back and take the second round from Stony Brook and bring it into the third map, Nepal. But we are going to take a very, very short break, and we'll be back very shortly for the second round at Ilios.
And I would just like to thank our sponsors for this, is Gen Game and Twitch. And as Sandman said, we will be back shortly for Game 2. Let's see if Stony Brook's able to take that one as well, or Columbia's able to scratch themselves up, get in there, take it 1-1 to the final tiebreaker map.
The pre-match, or they're talking about the map? All right, so we are going to go into our second map after both teams are ready. It's going to be Ilios, and Stony Brook did take the first map, Li Jiang, so maybe Columbia is able to pull it out, because did see some good stuff from them. And this one is kind of a bit of a favorite, I noticed. Ilios is very common, and it's one I'm kind of want to see a Widow, honestly. This is one of the only King of the Hill sets that you see a Widow more often. On Ruins, I believe it's called. I can't remember all of them necessarily, but I kind of want to see the Widow. Like, I really want to see the Widow, because maybe even Widow v Widow, because that's always a fun thing to see, and it really tests, test your Widow and test your, how you're able to get things done with it. But this is the one we saw a lot of Pharah last round, and so this one I'm thinking we're going to see a bit more Pharah, because the much more open space. There aren't as many environmental kills on Ilios that you can get with Pharah. It's a bit easier, on Roadhog and Lucio, but with pretty much all the blue sky that you can see that you could ever need on the Ilios maps, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Pharahs. I didn't think the Pharahs worked out amazingly last round for either team because both tried to pull it at least once. But it's it's something that I will probably expect. So what do you think, Morningstar? What do you think we're going to see on Ilios?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I actually really do want to see Widow, or at least one. I could see it not being the case that we'll see one just because we had Winston's on both sides, and that can make it a bit tough. And we had Diva with Wumpkins, so on the side of Stony Brook, it probably wouldn't be that useful. Just because you've got people that can dive her and she'll go down, and then what's she gonna do? But I want to see some hero switches, just because we're a lot more open. I think having different heroes is easier on this map versus the last one we did. So I want to see it on both sides. I want to see something fun, something different. I imagine we'll probably see Winston's again just because they worked so well last time. We'll definitely see Lucio's. I could see Troll because he seems to be the tank. He switches to different tanks. I could see him being a Roadhog for those environmental kills, but we'll see. I imagine we'll see Doctor again, probably on the Genji. Genji works nicely here as well, even just to turn around the enemy team, let his teammates take him out from the back. But hopefully we'll get in here and actually see what we're going to be working with.
Yeah, this is. I agree that I think the flankers will still be pretty common, just because it seemed just work out so well for them. Libar on the Tracer, they did get some very good pulse bombs, but there were quite a few whiffs. But was able to build it up fast enough where it, in the grand scheme, it did make a huge difference. But I just saw a lot of bombs that major whiff. I just see it sitting on the ground, or even the one time I believe he killed himself with it, which you never want as a Tracer, and you never want it as a Tracer. It kind of sucks. Then as your team, if you have that Tracer on your team that's gonna accidentally kill themselves with their own ultimate, that's not what you want, because you're then going in 5v6 into an engage, and that's not good. But I'm surprised we didn't see a Tracer out of Colombia. I wonder if the situation where players just aren't quite as comfortable on the Tracer as they are on other heroes on that side. So I can't imagine we're going to see too many switch ups, because for the most part, most of the comps did work. I think it's just mechanically Stony Brook just had a bit of a step up on Colombia, but I did see some good stuff out of Colombia, and they did get some very good wipes. I think Samqua, if he's going to be on the Genji, needs to hold on to his ultimate. He needs to not use it when he's alone or when there's only two of you, maybe one other teammate with him. It's just all right.
Yeah, overall, ult management has been pretty good, I think, on both sides. Like I said, Lib is kind of just throwing out his bomb, but builds it up so quickly, I don't think it really matters. I think it just comes down to you don't want to hold on to it for too long, because then, you're not really doing anything, whereas if you just throw it, you could get something with it. Whereas Sam on the, with his blades, he hasn't done really much of anything when he just throws it out there. I think he's just doing it to, get one kill hopefully, or even just do some damage, but it doesn't build as quickly as Genji as it does with Tracer, or even Hanzo. Hanzo can build it very quickly if you're hitting your shots, but I just think Sam, as long as he can reel that in, get a little bit better ult management, I think they'll be all right. But in terms of comps, we have one tank at the moment on the side of Stony Brook, and we have two, basically a very similar comp that we had last time on the side of Columbia. Oop, Troll switches over, or Zuzu switches from the Reaper, sorry, over to the Winston, to the Monkey. We basically have the same comp as we had last game.
There's just a bit of a switch on the side of Columbia. It's going to be Pharmacy, with Roro now going to be on the Mercy instead of the Winston. So I can't imagine they're going to be able to take out Krieger nearly as fast with Mercy babysitting him.
Definitely not. And with all that sky above him, I think he'll be able to do some work. I really want to see him do it, just because he really wanted it last game. He wasn't able to do it, but he does go down to Crystal Bird, actually. So Lucio's able to take him out with that speed buff of his left click. And we've got Sam in the back. He's able to get out. Just about 10% right now for Stony Brook. Zuzu doing some damage on Cake Butt on that Winston. He's sleeping at the moment. We have a trade. Doctor takes out Roar. Sam takes out Felix. And the trading keeps on coming.
Yeah, and Cake Butt, he didn't want Doctor to do anything else. He was chasing after Fridge. Fridge is eventually going to go down to Troll, but he can at least say he wasn't caught by Doctor's Genji, so he can have that, you know, have that point of pride. But he was eventually taken out, and then they are going to be, it's almost going to be a 50% before they're able to actually get on and have a full engage here.
And I definitely think, as we saw last game, the Stony Brook style of early quick engages is definitely going to lend well to this map, just because they're able to potentially get some quick picks. As you saw here, Troll and Doctor take out Sam and Fridge respectively. Wumpkins is trying to stay alive. Roar goes down to Zuzu. All the way for Stony Brook at the moment. Krieger goes down to Troll. They're definitely going to back up, regroup, see if they can get something going. Cake Butt staggered a little bit since his team was mostly up and ready. But Stony Brook doing what they do, spawn camping, getting those quick engages.
They're going, I can't remember if it's Selfless or Rogue, one of those teams. They're the aggressive defense team, but they just don't quite have as much damage on the side of Columbia. I think that'll make it work, because there's so many shields, so many, you know, the healing on the side of Stony Brook. It's just Columbia doesn't quite, the Pharah hasn't been landing the shots that need to be, you know, landed, and it's just, right here, this should be an easy cleanup for Stony Brook here.
Is anyone going to get down? Yep, Doctor does go down to the Diva Bomb. Fridge boops Troll, but it's still going the way of Stony Brook. Full team kill, 1-0, 0% for Columbia. That's a bit out of character from what we saw before. They were at least able to get 1 or 2 caps on every map. Both teams were, regardless of who capped the first point. So it's a bit disappointing, but hopefully this one we'll see a bit of a change. Maybe go 1-1. Give Stony Brook a run for their money. But as you see, Lib switches to Soldier away from that Tracer. I just think with Pharah being so far in the air.
Ooh, there we go. Widow. There's my premonition. I was thinking I want to see a Widow, but Krieger is going to go off of the Pharah, which I completely agree with. I don't think there was just enough damage being dished out by his Pharah to get to, you know, justify sticking with it. And Roar is now going to be on the Zenyatta. You know, maybe try to keep the Genji and the Winston alive just a bit longer. But with the Widow on the side of Stony Brook, it's going to be an interesting engage here. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Zuzu does jump in, dropped his shield late, and they're able to take out Cake Butt, Lib on the Widow. The biggest change I want to see, I honestly want to see Sam switch off the Genji just to see if he can do something else. But he was able to take out Lib with his dash. So we do have someone down on the side of Stony Brook.
Yeah, we got
but
Sam
they're still able to cap that point.
Yeah, Sam Cook actually doing much better, and I think the Genji is much better with this particular comp. Levar is now going to be off of the Widow, which kind of disappoints me a little bit. I want to see him stick to their guns a bit more, but I think if they were going to stick with the Widow, the Genji was a very good pick. But now that it's a Tracer, I almost want to see the Soldier can help deal with the Tracer. And it looks like they almost don't even need it. Cake Butt's just going ham. He's going, not feral on him, he's just going ape. I'll just stick with that. I'll throw out a bad pun, I don't care. Doing a very good job. It's much better this round. They just seem much more composed and much, you know, more confident this round, and, you know, in terms of what they're doing. So it's much better, and I like it. It is looking much better for them.
All right, and I definitely think those quick engages is helping out Stony Brook. They've got 2 ults at the moment. We've only got 1 ult that's close for Sam on the side of Columbia. There we go. We now have, a blade. Once he gets it for Sam, he popped that blade, dishing out some damage, takes out Felix. Zuzu is able to take him out, though, and Krieger also goes down. Angry monkey. Diva Bomb is he able to get out? Nothing for that Diva Bomb. Does keep him alive, though. He's able to stay on the point, get a little bit more percentage. And we do have a shield on barrier for Lucio. That was very good, but it looks like they are going to clean up. Built up quite a bit of percentage, though. Bridge is going to go down to Zuzu, it looks like. Not able to stay alive long enough. But that was actually a very good job. Very good stall from the side of Columbia. Able to build up 60% before it was switched over. And I will say, so far for every single map, Troll has had some fantastic Zarya ults. Able to get at least 2, 3, 4 even in there, and his team's able to clean him up, which is well coordinated, and they're able to do a lot with that Zarya ult, because a wasted Zarya ult really can hurt you. Not a problem on the side of Stony Brook. 2 down for Columbia, though. Winston jumping out. Fridge seeing if he can boop off Doctor. Not able to do it.
Yeah, then Libar was going after Wumpkin's Diva. Was able to demech him with the combination of the pulse bomb and just firing it at him. They're going to have to try to back up a little bit if they don't want to risk getting staggered here. They need to try to reestablish. Libar is up really far forward.
Alright, Cake Butt. Winston on the side of Columbia has been doing this so far, I think every single time. As Stony Brook pushes up, Winston jumps in the back, try and capture that point to force Stony Brook to come back away from their spawn. But it looks like it is going in favor of Columbia here. Lots of health is going down much faster inside of Stony Brook with this very nice double kill. Well, not double kill, but 2 quick deaths. Then Cake Butt cleaning up Crystal Burb. Let's see, Felix going to be staggered here.
Tactical necessity.
No, it looks like, but Doctor is going to be staggered. Oh, Felix is! Good job, Cake Butt. Even with the Zarya, bubbling Felix, Cake Butt was able to take him out. Very good job. Barely able to survive, but just managed to do it. And then building up almost to mid-80s before they're going to be able to get on this point. Try to take it back for Stony Brook.
In terms of ults, we have 4 now on the side of Columbia, so they definitely have the ult advantage. We've only got 1, and he's dead. Troll does have Black Hole up. We're getting close to Crystal Burb on his sound barrier, but that's about it. So I definitely think if they're not able to get on, there goes Crystal Burb. He's able to at least drive it into overtime. Let's see if they're able to do anything else with it. I don't think they are. They're just being taken down.
Oh, there it is.
We have Troll throwing in his Black Hole just for fun, because he definitely was not getting on that.
At first, I thought it was eaten. To be completely honest, I thought it was eaten by the Diva, but it just looked like it was just a bit late. Maybe it was just a long shot fired in.
It was a very long shot.
So I know I've done that not with Zarya Gravitons, I've done that with Counter Grenades and was able to get a couple kills every now and again, just throwing it in. And that's a really great feeling, just going for that Hail Mary, able to take him out. But much better job from Columbia there. I think the switches that they put in with Krieger and Roro, just not so much the Zen, but I think Krieger on the Soldier, able to dish out much more damage. I think he just did a much better job. The Pharah was not working, even without the counters on the side of Stony Brook. Ooh, and here comes Roadhog. That's not a big surprise. Not with Will in the middle, able to hook him in. But Doctor switching over to the Pharah. Interesting choice, because Krieger looked like he was doing it without landing his shots as Soldier. So I'm interested into why he was doing this.
I do think that this is partially environmental kills, because there's so much air that he can use to stay alive. But we'll see if Krieger's able to take him out. Crystal Burb Troll go down. Lib just about goes down. I think he used his rewind on that. Everything going the way of Columbia at the moment. I don't think we'll see Doctor stay on that far for very long. I can see him switching back over to Genji or something a little bit different, but I don't think Far will stick around much longer.
Yeah, I guess I'd say probably stick with it just long enough to get the ult. And Samqua going in for the cleanup blade. that's kind of another situation where it wasn't really necessary. It was late. I mean, it was just kind of the opposite of what. Ooh, good job by Doctor, able to take him out. Wasn't able to survive long enough, but I just think Samco could have held on to his ult, you know, when it was a bit more opportune rather than just to clean up Felix's on it.
Definitely. Lumpkins takes out Troll on the Winston. We have an ulting soldier for Krieger. Diva Bomb. Nothing there. I think that was just so he can keep his suit, so he can stay in that fight. He'll build up that ult. Diva ult isn't, especially on this map, it's really hard to get anything. So many places you can hide.
Yeah, there's lots of nooks and crannies you can hide in, so it's not the best. And Doctor only getting one, but it is taking cake. But oh, it was able to demech the Diva. I take that back.
Into the iris.
And then he was able to take down Lumpkins really quick because Baby Diva's scary, or Pilot Diva, whichever you prefer. But Little Diva is very frightening, much more so than
Yeah, you can't.
in-suit Diva.
Yeah, because she's just very unassuming. But Cake Butt going in as an angry monkey, jumping off the ledge. I think just trying to build up some percentage. A very good stall. Just kind of staggering in now, which is the name of the game at this point.
I definitely think in that instance, once Lumpkins was desuited, probably should have jumped into the well. Didn't, so you know he's not feeding to ult. But he did give him maybe a 2 extra percentage on that, which at this point might not have been useful. So I think jumping into the well probably would have been a better choice there.
Looks like Cake Butt is pretty low, so he's gonna have to back off. Not able to get in. I'm sorry. Troll is not on the Winston. I'm used to saying Zuzu. But Cake Butt is now healed up, jumping in, trying to take out his other in Troll. Not able to get it done. They're gonna have to try to go around or jump in a bit farther to take out the Scorch if they're hoping to get anything done here.
Yeah, heals are definitely there for both teams. No one's really going down. They're just basically trading damage, building ult on both sides. Sam's got his blade up. Krieger does go down to live. Cake Butt takes out Crystal.
So the dudes are bringing out the whole hog.
And Sound Barrier for Fridge, keeping him up. Zuzu also does use his full hog. And I'm telling you right there, Wumpkins takes out Zuzu with Baby Diva. Dangerous, I'm telling you, dangerous.
It is. She does
Is
a
Cake
lot.
Butt able to get out?
No. Nope. Looks like he is gonna fall. They're gonna have to regroup here, try to make something work. But it's gonna be very difficult for them with the ult advantage heavily favoring Stony Brook, with 5 ults to 2, with Rorar potentially building up Transcendence here in this next fight, and then Krieger coming up pretty quickly himself. We do have a kill for Wumpkins on Doctor with that Diva Bomb, so that is good. We have an ult. Sam takes down Crystal, Felix. Columbia was able to take that one back. It's a little surprising, and actually surprising for Stony Brook because they didn't have that normal quick engage that we're used to seeing, and Columbia is actually doing that this round by the looks of it. Stony Brook's being a bit more reserved this round. I think that was because the reason they lost last round is they were too aggressive. Yeah, I think it was wasn't quite as coordinated,
opinion.
but it looks like they are going to be able to take this back with 3 kills going in their favor, 5. Now Cake Butt the only one left, but a Pulse Bomb is going to quickly take him out. They're going to take it back. They are going to have one more opportunity to get back on, but I think they're going to go very aggressive defense just to prevent him from getting on.
Now's the time, because we have Troll down, Sam down. Since he did switch over to the McCree, Krieger goes down. Stony Brook's able to take it. No one's able to get on. Those 2 quick kills kind of ruined it for Columbia there. So 2-1 for Stony Brook, similar to what we saw last time. Let's see if Columbia is able to take that 4th round, make it 2-2, go to all 5, or is Stony Brook going to take the 3rd one again?
Yeah, see if they're able to make something work. And they are not going back to the Pharah, it looks like. They are going to stick with the Soldier, and Samco's going on the McCree with the double flank. I think this should work out for them. They're going to go triple. There are lots of changes going for Columbia here. Okay, so now we're going back to what we saw with Roar going to be on back to the Ana. But it's going to the first would be interesting because if he's able to, time it with the Winston shield, he could potentially get some very nice Earth Shatters out of it.
I definitely think the Reinhardt shield is good for Zuzu and his hooks, because he's been doing pretty good by the looks of it for his hooks. So I think that's a lot of what they're trying to deal with at the moment. But Roar does go down to Zuzu. Wumpkins is close to down. Sam, I believe, is going to go down here unless he gets some heals. Nope. And Fridge does go down as well. Stony Brook taking these kills. Going to be taking the point. Unless someone doesn't get on it. There we go. Now we do have someone taking the point. Very slowly. 2, 3. There we go. We have the percentage ticker started for Stony Brook.
I looked at Samko's, he's going to be on the Roadhog. Was he on the Roadhog before? I must have missed that. I was so focused on the Reinhardt. But
no, he was
with the Reinhardt shield. He was McCree, okay. The one problem with the Reinhardt shield here is that he has to turn it so much to try to protect his team. And it's, and with so many flankers and so many dive tanks, it's hard to figure out exactly where you want to put it. But Samqua's not able to take out Felix, even with the nano boost.
I do believe that was because of the strange way that the hook interacts with certain environmental pieces. Stairs messes it up completely.
No, yeah, I don't play near enough Roadhog to know what that's like.
If you can help it,
my hooks suck. My hook percentage is not nearly high enough to actually encounter that. I might get 15%, maybe.
Now, if you can help it, definitely try to avoid hooking anyone around stairs. It's not going to be good for you, and you might not be able to get a shot off at all. Doctor takes out Fridge with his ult. That's it at the moment. Forward does go down to Zuzu by a headshot. Dropping the beat on the side of Stony Brook. I don't know, if that was absolutely necessary, but, to keep them alive since they are starting to approach that 70%, 75% mark. So, not a bad idea. Just maybe not necessary.
Yeah, so I think for some reason, this particular map, it just doesn't seem that Columbia is very comfortable with it. They just can't seem to break into the point very easily. They can't seem to get the picks that they need. Kriegers did a good job taking on Crystal Bird, but behind him, the rest of his team is falling with Samco and Krieger going down. They are trading, but they're not trading the way that I think they should. It's just, losing healers is not what you want.
Based on everything we've seen so far, I think one of the biggest problems is we saw it with Winston more often, but Columbia liked to jump in because they knew Stony Brook wasn't on the point. They would jump into the point, so then one person would get staggered and his team is out to Winston or a Diva. But it looks like Stony Brook's going to take it 3-1. They take game 2. Best of 3. Stony Brook does take that final.
So our victors are Stony Brook. Very good job. I think they just seemed much more composed, I think, than Columbia did. Columbia had some very good plays. They did a very good job on some of the other maps. So that is the only map, I think, that just seemed to be an issue for them. They didn't seem very comfortable on it. They didn't seem, to be able to get the engage I think that they needed. I think it was the other maps, especially in Lijiang, that they just seemed much more confident in what they were doing. But very good job from Stony Brook. I just saw a bit better stuff out of them in terms of the ult usage and positioning. It just seemed to be a little bit better. But I think they deserve that victory there. They didn't, make it easy. Columbia didn't make it easy for them. So it wasn't a clean sweep. It wasn't, obviously going in favor of Stony Brook, until we got to that particular map. But that was just a very good job.
Yep, I would like to say congratulations to Stony Brook as well as Columbia for getting to this final as well. It can't be understated that they also deserve the right to be here, but Stony Brook overall way more confident there. They did the quick engage, they did a little bit better overall, but we've seen much worse play just in general. Columbia did a very good job. I would have liked to see a couple more switches from him, I think, especially Sam on the Genji. I like to see him on McCree, and then switching over to Roadhog. I think was a little bit too little too late, switching so late in the game. on that very last map, but it was still good. And for that, though, I would like to thank our sponsors, Gen Game and Twitch. They are very good to us, and we just like to really thank them for the opportunities here. All right, and that does it for us, and we'll be sending you to the desk with Jared to break down that series.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for the excellent cast on the day. My name is Jared Warnke, and we will be joined very quickly with one of the victors from today's match. We will be joined by Crystal Burb. Played a lot of Lucio today, and here he is, just as we speak about it. First and foremost, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
How you feeling?
I'm just shaking right now because I didn't expect that to be such a hard match.
Yeah, you guys definitely, you guys played it out.
Yeah.
Through and through.
That was some good stuff.
So one of the things that I learned about you was that you actually
it wasn't a clean sweep
play
from Stony Brook.
Xbox. You use an Xbox controller
Yeah.
over a keyboard.
Yeah.
Run me through that.
I'm just not comfortable using the keyboard at all. Like, I don't know. I'm just a lot more familiar with the controller. I don't even play the Xbox One version of Overwatch. I just play it on PC.
Just
only.
with the controller.
Yeah. Like,
Well-
I've gone some half masters, so
Yeah,
it
I mean,
works apparently.
yeah, you're here. You got that jersey. You're proving that you don't always need a keyboard.
Yeah.
So one of the questions that I wanted to ask you was the choice of Ilios over Li Jiang.
Just a lot more potential to play out to our team's strengths. Like, I'm really good with looping off people off high ground or off the map, and a lot of people we work really well as a dive comp. That's our main suit.
All right. One last question. So 3 control points, definitely something that are you generally used to? Just playing control points all the time? Were you expecting things to kind of be shaken up with, other maps?
Like, we're most comfortable playing on King of the Hill maps, but second best is probably like Hybrid or Escort. We don't really like playing 2 CP a lot because it's a lot of stalling, and nobody likes that.
Yeah, you guys just like going in.
Yeah.
As we saw today. All right, Christopher, thank you so much for joining me for this interview. We are going to take a quick break, and then we are actually going to be coming back with League of Legends instead of Hearthstone. So we will be right back.